Hello students, welcome to another class of structural analysis. So today we will see another problem related to stiffness matrix method, and the question is analyze the rigid jointed frame. Analyze the rigid jointed frame shown in figure using stiffness matrix method. Using stiffness matrix method. Okay, and the given question is the figure which is given to us in the question is this one. This is the rigid jointed frame given to us. Okay. And the loading on the frame is UDL. UDL over the entire top span, that is, this is 3 kilonewton per meter, and the span of this is 12 meter, and the distance of 12 meters from here to here. Okay, this is 12 meter, and the height of this column is 5 meters. This is also 5 meters. So it is nothing but a symmetric frame, and here EI is constant. Also, he is asking us to draw bending moment diagram. Alright, so now we have to find all the moments of this particular rigid jointed frame using stiffness matrix method. Okay, so in stiffness matrix method, the very first step which we do is the calculation of rotations or slopes. So before that, what I will do, I'll name this point as A, this point as A, this point as B, and this point as C, and this as D. Now to calculate the degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the structure, we have to calculate. Okay, so to calculate that, first what we do, we calculate first theta. So theta A is equal to 0, right? Theta B is not equal to 0, right? Because slope will exist here. Theta C is also not equal to 0. And what about theta D? Theta D is equal to 0. So the degree of kinematic indeterminacy of this structure is how much? 2. Why? Because theta B and theta C is not equal to 0. So degree of kinematic indeterminacy of the structure is 2. So therefore the size of the matrix will also, the size of the stiffness matrix will also be 2 by 2. Okay. So before going for the calculation of fixed end moments, we calculate first stiffness matrix. We formulate the stiffness matrix. How to formulate the stiffness matrix? To formulate the stiffness matrix, what we do, we draw our frame We draw our frame first. This is how the frame is given to us, right? This one. This is the frame. This is the surface which is fixed, okay? And names are A, B, C and D. So what we do, since we have theta B which is, since we have theta B which is not equal to 0, so here I'll name this as node 1, and theta C is also not equal to 0, so I'll name this as node 2. Okay, so we have node 1 here and node 2 here. So what we do here, we try to rotate this node in clockwise direction. Okay, so what happens if you rotate this one? This portion, span BC, will get deflected in this fashion, whereas span AB will get deflected in this fashion. Okay, so what will happen here? I'll write here formulating stiffness matrix. Okay, so K11 at node 1, deflection at node 1 due to rotation at node 1. Okay, K11 is nothing but deflection at node 1 due to rotation at node 1. What is happening at K11? See, it is 4EI by L for span AB plus 4EI by L for span BC. So if you are rotating at node 1, what is happening? It is the entire frame, entire joint at BA and BC both are getting deflected, isn't it? So what happens? We will be taking 4EI by L and 4EI by L. Okay, EI is constant throughout, so 4EI by L. Span of AB is how much? 5 meters plus 4EI by L. L for BC is how much? 12 meters, right? So 12 meters. So if you add these two terms, you will get, so 4 by 5 is equal to 0.8 EI plus 4 by 12. 4 divided by 12, we will get it as 0.33 EI. If you add these two terms, 0.8 plus 0.33, you will get it as 1.13 EI. So K11 is equal to 1.13 EI. This is K11. Okay. So what is K12? K12 is equal to deflection at node 2 due to rotation at node 1. This sentence is very, very important. So what is K12? Is nothing but deflection at node 2 due to rotation at node 1. Okay, so what is happening? I am rotating at node 1. So what is happening at node 2? What is happening here at node 2? What is happening here? Here only one portion is getting rotated, that too it is far end. So what happens there? Only 2EI by L for span BC only. Okay, so what happens here? 2EI is constant, and what is the span of BC? 12 meters. So 2 ones are 2 6 are. So 1 by 6, 1 divided by 6 is equal to 0.167, right? So 0.167 also we can write, okay? Or else we have two numbers only. So 0.16 EI. Okay. So K12 is equal to 0.16 EI. This is what we got for K12, K11 and K12. Okay. Now what we do now? We try to rotate the node 2 now in the second case. So what I'll do here? I'll draw the same frame. I'll draw the same frame here. The same frame. This is the frame, right? And this one is node 1 and this is node 2. So in the first case we have rotated node 1, right? So now what we'll do here, this is A, B, C and D, 5 meter, 5 meter and 12 meter. Okay, so if I rotate node 2, so what happens? K21. So deflection at node 1 due to rotation at node 2. Okay, so what happens if I rotate this one? What will happen to the beam or to the frame? It will get deflected in this fashion. Also this portion will get deflected in this fashion, isn't it? So this is how the frame will get deflected. So what will happen at node 1? K21, no? So it is far end, so 2EI by L for span BC, right? So 2EI by L, that is 12, which is equal to how much? 0.16 EI. So K21 is equal to 0.16 EI. This is K21. Now what about K22? At this one, K22 is equal to same 4EI by L for span BC and plus 4EI by L for span CD. Okay, I can write it here as CB also. Okay, so 4EI by 12 plus 4EI by 5. Span CD is 5 meter. Span CB or BC is 12 meters. So if you solve this one, you will get it as 4 by 12. 4 divided by 12 is how much? 0.33 EI plus 4 by 5. 4 divided by 5 is 0.8 EI. So what happens? Totally, if you add these two terms, 1.13 EI. This is K22. Okay. So we got the value of K11, K12, K21 and K22. Okay. So substitute all the values here. That is, stiffness matrix K is equal to K11, K12, K21 and K22. This is my stiffness matrix. So what happens here? What is the value of K11? K11 is 1.13 EI. 1.13 EI. 1.13 EI. And what about K12 we got? K12 we got it as 0.16 EI. 0.16 EI. And K21 we got it as again 0.16 EI. See here, K21 0.16 EI. Then K22 we got it as 1.13 EI. Okay, this is my stiffness matrix, and this is the formulation of stiffness matrix. After formation of stiffness matrix, we go for fixed end moments. So we calculate fixed end moments now. Fixed end moments. Okay, so MFAB is equal to 0 is equal to MFBC, which is equal to 0. Why 0? Because, okay, see the figure here, the entire figure, AB and CD, they don't have external forces, isn't it? So what will happen? MFAB, MFBC will be 0, then this is BA will be 0. MFBC is equal to minus W L square by 12. So what is the intensity of the UDL? Minus 3 into 12 square divided by 12. So what happens is equal to, if you calculate, you will get minus 36 kilonewton meter. Similarly, MFCB is equal to plus WL square by 12, which is equal to plus 3 into 12 square divided by 12. You will get plus 36 kilonewton meter. Okay, we got the values of MFAB, MFBC, MFCB, MFAB BA, then MFBC CB, then we have MFCD is equal to MFDC, which is equal to 0. Okay, now what is the formula for stiffness matrix? That is delta is equal to inverse of stiffness matrix into P minus P dash, isn't it? So what is P? P is, in this all for problems, P1 and P2 is equal to 0 always. We'll calculate next to P1 dash. P1 dash is nothing but MBA plus MBC. Okay, MF BA plus MF BC. Okay, P1 dash. P1 dash is nothing but at node 1 MFBA plus MFBC. What is MFBA? We have MFBA is 0. MFBC is how much? Minus 36. So minus 36 kilonewton meter. And what about P2 dash? P2 dash is nothing but second node. Second node is at C. So we have MFCB and MFCD. MFCB is this one, MFCB. This is MFCB and MFCD. So MFCB plus MFCD, which is equal to plus 36 kilonewton meter. We got the values of P1 dash, P2 dash. Okay, this value. So we'll substitute all the values. Delta, that is theta B and theta C, is equal to stiffness matrix, inverse of stiffness matrix. That is, what is the values of stiffness matrix we got? 1.13, 0.16, right? So 1.13 EI, 0.16 EI, 0.16 EI and 1.13 EI. It is, we have to inverse this matrix into P1 and P2 are equal to 0, 0 and 0, minus of minus 36, and here also minus plus 36. So if you solve this one, theta B, theta C is equal to 1.13 EI, 0.16 EI, 0.16 EI and 1.13 EI. Inverse of this one into minus plus 36, plus into minus 36. So if you solve this one in your calculators, you'll get theta B and theta C. Okay. So the value of theta B and theta C after calculation, we got it as 37.11 by EI and minus 37.11 by EI. So these are the values of theta B and theta C. That means theta B is equal to 37.11 by EI and theta C is equal to minus 37.11 by EI. Now we have to substitute the values of theta B and theta C in our slope deflection equation. So what is the slope deflection equation we have for the calculation of final moments? That is MAB is equal to MFAB plus 2EI by L into 2 theta A plus theta B. Okay, so MFAB is 0, right? Because we don't have any value there. Theta A is also equal to 0. So 2EI by 5. Why I'm taking 5? Because we are calculating AB. What is the span of AB? 5 meters. Into theta B. Theta B. What is the value of theta B? We got 37.11. So 37.11 by EI. This EI and this EI will get cancelled. So finally, if you calculate this one, MAB, you will get it as 14.84 kilonewton meter. 14.84 kilonewton meter. Okay, this is the final moment of MAB. Next we have MBA is equal to MFBA plus 2EI by L into 2 theta B plus theta A. So MFBA is also equal to 0. Theta A is also equal to 0. So what happens? MBA is equal to 2EI by 5 into 2 into 37.11 by EI. Okay. So what happens here? If you calculate this value, you will get 29.68 kilonewton meter. That is MBA is equal to 29.68 kilonewton meter. 68 kilonewton meter. You got it as MBA. Now we have to calculate MBA. We have calculated AB and BA. We have calculated. We will calculate BC and CB. So MBC is equal to MFBC plus 2EI by L into 2 theta B plus theta C. Okay, so MBC is equal to, what is the value of MFBC we got? We got the value of MFBC as minus 36 plus 2EI by L. What is L? We have to take span of BC is 12 into 2 into 37.11 by EI. This is the value of theta B plus minus 37.11 by EI. This is the value of theta C. So once you solve this one, you will get the value of MBC. MBC, capital MBC is equal to 29.815. 29.815 kilonewton meter. Similarly, if you calculate MCB, MFCB plus 2EI by L into 2 theta C plus theta B. Okay, so substitute these values. MFCB, what is the value of MFCB? We have plus 36 plus 2EI by L. What L will take? CB, that is 12 meters into 2 into minus 37.11 by EI, this is theta C, plus 37.11 by EI, this is theta B. Okay, so if you solve this one, you will get MCB. Okay, so what we will do, we will write here 36 plus 2 ones are 2 6 are. Okay, so EI by 6 I'll write here as it is. Then 2 into 37.11, 2 into 37.11, you'll get it as 74.22. so this is minus 74.22 by EI plus 37.11 by EI. Okay, so minus 74.22 plus 37.11, that is minus 37.11. You'll get it as again 37.11, that is you'll get here minus 37.11 by EI into EI by 6 plus 36. So this EI and this EI will get cancelled. So finally you will get 36 minus 37.11. 36 minus 37.11. We'll get it as minus 1.11. So MCB is equal to minus 1.11 kilonewton meter. Okay. So BC is over, right? BC is over. Then we have MCB we have calculated. BC and CB we have calculated. Then we have MCD we have to calculate, right? MCD is equal to MFCD plus 2EI by L into 2 theta C plus theta D. Okay, theta D is equal to 0. What about MFCD? MFCD is also equal to 0. So 2EI by L, CD, span CD is 5 meters into 2 into minus 37.11 by EI. Okay, so if you solve this one, you'll get MCD is equal to 2 by 5 is how much? So this is 3771.11, right? 37.11 into 2, you get it as 74.22. So 2EI by 5, 2EI by 5 into 74.22. This is minus, okay, all divided by EI. Okay. So minus 74.22. So 74.22 into 2 whole divided by 5, 29.68. So MCD is equal to 29.68 kilonewton meter. Okay. Next is we have MCD is over. We have MDC. MDC is equal to MDC will be equal to MF DC plus 2EI by L into 2 theta D plus theta C. So theta D will be 0, MF DC will be equal to 0. So 2EI by 5 into minus 37.11 by EI. If you solve this one, you will get the value of MDC in kilonewton meter. Okay. Now the last is bending moment diagram. Bending moment diagram of this rigid jointed frame will be in this fashion. So how to draw the bending moment diagram? First to draw the frame. Then what is the bending moment for span bending moment for span AB 0, for span CD 0, for span BC will be WL square by 8, isn't it? Because it is UDL. So 3 into 12 square by 8. So 3 into 12 square whole divided by 8, you'll get it as 54 kilonewton meter. That is 54 kilonewton meter. So what we have to do here? So this bending moment is 0. This bending moment is 0. So here we have a UDL. So we'll be having a curved parabola. Okay, I'll draw this one. So this is how we'll get our bending moment diagram, isn't it? Then for columns, since there is no load, this is my bending moment diagram. Okay, and here we have some values here, we have some value here. So this is the bending moment diagram you'll get. You'll get some value here, you'll get some value here. So this is minus, plus, minus, minus. This is the bending moment diagram for the given frame. Okay. 1 minute, sorry. So this is the bending moment diagram. You'll get minus, plus, minus, minus, minus. Whatever the values you have to substitute here, okay? This is the bending moment diagram for rigid jointed frame. Okay, clear?